Who are you doing a feature on tonight for the Panthers?
I can't tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it going to be on a player, a broadcaster, an executive?
None of the above.
Really?
Yeah. There you go.
Do you have anything planned for tonight for CBS 4? You're just kind of
do.
winging it.
No. I do have a plan.
Is it
I do have a
victory
plan.
rat?
Solana, you do CBS 4 Sunday nights with him. Does he have a plan, or you just kind of meander around?
Yeah, sometimes I show up and we just kind of figure it out on the fly. But that's my style, That's my style.
He's always like, you can ask me whatever. I do have like a list of questions hours before he even gets in that I'm like ready to go what I want to ask, unless we're immediately after a game. But no, I prepare. I try not to go into any situation or live shot without having something to bring to the table.
Do you feel like this Panthers season is feeling the direction that it did last season? I think last season we kind of all were like, yeah, they got to the cup the season prior, and this is the season. And I had a little trepidation in the Tampa series.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like, holy mackerel. I mean, watching them play game 5,
right,
that was crazy. So I'm wondering if you have this feeling like we're headed towards this again.
I have that feeling of headed back towards the finals, but I've really been watching a lot of the other West Coast series, and I just look at Connor McDavid again, and that guy scares me. I mean, every time he moves up the ice, he's so fast. And we saw that movie once before. Like, he literally said, we're going to drag Florida back to Edmonton. And damn it, he did it.
He did it.
And he did it. And then Mikko Rantanen over in Dallas. Like, I look at the Florida Panthers can take the East. It certainly feels like that, but I'm curious as to what's on the other side of that story. Is it because Dallas has to feel like Dallas has been close. They've been knocking on the door. Edmonton was real close. They've been so you have 3 teams here that kind of feel that way.
Well, we better because we had Marchand, we had Jones. We still have everybody else. Are we better than last year? I wouldn't feel that way after game 2.
Right.
This series. But the last 3 games starting to look like that Panther hockey.
They're better, but they're not the only ones that got better, right? Like Dallas didn't have Rantanen last year, and now they do. And so they're a different team. Edmonton's a little bit of a different team. So yes, the Panthers I think are better and honestly maybe a little meaner than they were. I don't know if that's possible because they
had Marchand,
right?
You had a little bit meaner.
You had Marchand.
There was that great moment in Game 5. I don't know if you were flying or not. He's skating off the ice. His shift is over, and a fight breaks out. He is at the doorway.
Hard U-turn.
Because no one had taken his place on the ice yet, and he wasn't going to let them. First of all, he wasn't going to let them fight one man down.
Yeah,
but he wasn't going to miss a fight.
It was a dog whistle moment. Like he wasn't even looking. It's like Spidey sense.
And like because I believe they get suspended if they leave the bench. If he was one skate on the bench, it was inches. And he just made a U-turn beeline for the fight, and he's the one that got the penalty.
And then gets kicked out of the game. And then as he's getting kicked out of the game, the Maple Leaf fans are yelling at him in the tunnel, and he just looks at them and smiles. Yeah. Like it's just a different.
So I think they are meaner.
Just a different.
I think they're meaner.
Yeah.
I think that is a badass team, man. Yeah. Sergei Bobrovsky. I mean, you've got to.
What a bum! He let go a goal.
How bad did he want that shot? He wanted that so badly.
Why do you think he was standing in the corner during that fight? He's
great meme.
All he's thinking about.
Great meme, right? That's all he's thinking about. I got another minute and a half. Yeah, but when he's locked in this way, that has to strike fear into the heart of any opponent.
Yeah, and you know what? And I thought Toronto, because remember there was a few years ago where we thought, man, is Bob the guy? Like we went back as a fan base back and forth with this. I mean, there was games he was even like they'd bring in Spencer Knight, and all of a sudden for 2 games in this series, like man, some of these goals that Bob's given up, this isn't good.
Solana called for his head.
This isn't good. I'm
Solana called for him to be benched in Game 3. Am I correct?
All I said, Cugno, was that I thought it was fair to have the conversation. Is it time to go away from Bob? And by the way, I stand by those words. Cugno, the first goal of this series, 30 seconds in, anybody should have made that save. Not just a world-class goalie. And then we lost game 2 in Toronto because of a mistake that Bob made. That fourth goal was ridiculous as well. I was just asking about the conversation.
Right, but it's not like
I'm not so certain that was what you were asking.
Yeah, I don't think.
When's the last time Solana's asked a question rather than giving you his opinion?
I don't ever let him ask questions on the show. I always ask him the question. No, I think even that would have been a little too premature. I mean, he's the guy who got you there last year. I'm not ready. We saw even in the Edmonton series a couple goals last year where he gave up, and you're like, what is going on there? I think you ride with Bob till the wheels fall off there.
Is Tkachuk healthy? Because it was all the talk last playoffs was Tkachuk.
He talks crap like he's healthy. I mean, he's on the bench. He's going at guys like nothing's holding him back. He's not one of the. This is the thing about Tkachuk. I saw some speed chart thing where he's actually one of the slower guys in the league. So I think he's more of like an IQ guy. There are things he does on the ice. Sometimes if you watch him, he'll get back on plays even defensively, and you're like, how did you see the play kind of developing that way, and no one else did, and you were the only guy who got back and stopped it. So I think he's more of an IQ guy, and maybe he's just picking his spots. Maybe he is still a little dinged up from the Four Nations, but I'm not calling him Messi. But if you ever watch Messi like in a soccer game in Solana, you can attest to this. He kind of just lurks, right? And then kind of strikes when the moment is there, and that's where you get those flashes of brilliance. And I think sometimes Tkachuk has a little of that in him.
Who you rooting for tonight, Knicks or Celtics?
I thought you were going to say Panthers or Maple Leafs.
It would be a great twist if you're like, yeah, Maple Leafs all day.
Leafs.
Knicks or Celtics?
I want the Knicks to win so bad. I want them to get to the finals and then lose. I've never rooted against or for teams, but
do you think they would get past Indiana if?
Yeah, I do. I think they get past Indiana. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then we were just talking about, is the West going to win the finals? Like, if it's the Knicks, if it's the Pacers.
Yeah, who do you think wins Game 7?
Whoever wins that series out west might win the finals between the Nuggets and OKC. Oh man, I love Denver. I do.
So do I.
I do. I can't bet against. They're great. OKC. They have a good young talented team, and they got to capitalize on that window. But man, the Nuggets, that team is so big. And that was the other thing. They were so big and skilled. We saw them play the Heat in the finals a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, it's not that they're just big. I mean, they can shoot and then they can pass. Like Jokic, how does he pass that way? I don't understand. He's a magician out there for that size.
Yeah, it doesn't compute, which is why I was telling Crowder that I enjoy watching him, because I look at him and then he does stuff. And I said it's very similar for me for watching Steph Curry. I like watching Steph Curry because he does stuff that other people don't do. Jokic does stuff people do, but no one who looks like him.
It looks like, when you have like the basket set up in the pool and the dad's like dunking on little kids. That's what it looks like. And then the slow-mos are incredible. Like when he throws like a ball behind his head to like someone who's open down low for an easy layup, you're like, there's some sweet music should be set underneath this, because it is a little bit artwork.
So Cugno's wife the other day made him brownies with zucchini in, like, the main ingredient was zucchini.
That's right.
And she swears to me that it tastes like a brownie, that I'd never be able to tell the difference.
You wouldn't.
Between that and a brownie. You explained to me how, because I saw how much zucchini she put in there. It wasn't like a little cutesy sprinkle.
I was doing a live.
That was
a live.
It's giving me live
play-by-play of the zucchini. I just want to show.
Like, it's a massive amount of zucchini.
It's almost an unhealthy amount of zucchini.
There's no chance that it's a proper amount.
Good.
Yeah, it's a lava flow of zucchini.
Wild.
Yeah.
You're saying that those taste like a chocolate brownie?
They do. And you feel good eating it afterwards. You know what I mean? You come home from the gym and you're like, let me pop in a zucchini muffin and let's keep it moving.
So what was that? That was a treat she was making you?
Yeah. A little healthy snack to have around the house. Kid loves it. She thinks it's chocolate.
You're pushing this on the baby?
Pushing it. I hide it under her pillow in her crib.
Unbelievable. What's going on in that household?
Like, the thing is, I think sometimes viewers think it's a bit, right? Like this whole thing with the food, and it's not.
It is
send you
not,
these sorts.
It is not a bit,
these
man.
sorts of things. Yeah.
It is so legit. Like, there is,
like, this is coffee with protein in it, so that's why.
Do you drink that mushroom coffee? Have you seen that?
No, I've tried it, but no.
Is it any good?
It's okay. I don't like trying to be fooled. Like decaf, I think should be. I get why people drink decaf, but for me, it serves no purpose. So
Look at how skinny he looks. Like he is.
good.
I mean,
Like-
just
No,
so
don't say
here.
skinny. Watch out. He's gonna
Yeah,
he's gonna offend.
Well,
us.
he
Lean.
happens to look
I-
skinny
lean,
though.
lean,
But he
lean.
looks skinnier than normal. You do look skinnier than normal.
Don't
It's
tell
the
him that.
stress
Don't
of the
tell him
show.
that.
What'd you
last
eat
couple-
today? What'd you eat today?
Eggs, bacon.
Bacon.
I think that's it.
Pork bacon.
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 The bacon
Oh,
that
yeah.
my God gets angry at, or the bacon my God is okay with?
Old Testament anger.
Is this zucchini bacon or
Yeah, like there's no way that you were having Oscar Mayer pork bacon. No chance.
No, it's like the non
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
That's a little hard.
Right.
That's a little hard.
It's flaking. It's made
Yeah.
with flakes of banana.
Little
It's
things
like
to pour on the salad? The
it's Bacos.
bacon.
That's 2 Bako mentions in 1 week here with you guys.
Listen, I play the hits.
I know. That's why you keep coming back to your concerts. I don't want to hear the
You don't want to hear the new
I
stuff.
don't wanna hear the
You
deep
want to hear
cuts.
the hits.
No.
I'll give you the hits. All right, Mike Cugno. You watch him tonight on CBS 4. What time did you say you're going live at 5?
Right at the top of the show, 5, and then 11 tonight. We'll have highlights in locker room. And all
All right, very good.
So,
Mike
yeah,
Cugno from CBS 4. Have a good broadcast
Thank
tonight, and we always appreciate your time.
that.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate you guys. Love you.
There you go. We love you back.
Hey, love you, bro.
Next time, bring us some of the zucchini muffins so that we can taste for ourselves.
They don't last long in the Cugno house.
I can imagine those fly out of there like a Oreo at a Hockman house.
Give your daughter Uncle Channix.
Let me
No.
talk about
I'm
Black-
I really wish I had them.
You've really seen the end of Black Swan?
I honestly, I've seen them. You know what upsets me about that movie is there was a scene where she's like washing her hands and she peels like her nail back and it like peels the skin and that like freaked me out. And that's the only thing.
There's a lot
Not the
in
only thing I
that
remember
movie.
that, but yeah, there's a lot going on in that movie.
There's a lot of like
Yeah.
when the spine comes out of her back because there's no meat on her back and stuff. Like there's some really weird stuff in that movie, but it's worth it.
Can I ask? You're like the payoff. How'd you guys get there?
Because he mentioned this show he's watching on Netflix called Black
Mirror.
Black Mirror. And I said, any streaming service, if I type in Black Swan's coming up and I ain't deviating. That's where I'm going.
Really? That's
You
everyone else. It's like Top Gun. I'll always watch on
you
FX.
give me-
Black Swan comes on.
You give me a
cancel our
chance to see
plans.
Black Swan
No.
or Wild Things. If one of those 2 movies is on any channel, that's when I I yell for my wife and son. I go, hey, I think at 7-Eleven, you got to get me this. I don't care what time it is. I get everybody out of the house. I don't need to be bothered when I'm watching Black Swan or Wild Things.
Light some candles.
For him, it's Bill Dan.
Oh, it's largemouth bass tournament. Let's go.
Asia, can you go to the 24-hour grocery?
Yeah, the house.
Anyway, thank you, Cugno. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Mike Cugno.